Prime Minister Stewart suggests the landship needs more support. The outgoing BLP chair calls on members to support their leader. And in sports, West Indies women seeking to win the Tri-Nations Series against England at the Oval tonight.
Credible, balanced, committed. This is the CBC Evening News.
Good evening, I'm Michelle Arthur with the Saturday, October 26th edition of the CBC Evening News. As the Barbados Landship celebrates its 150th anniversary, an appeal has been launched for more support for the association. It came from Prime Minister Frendel Stewart at the unveiling of a plaque to mark the landship's existence.
It's now estimated that there are only about 30 active members who parade with the Barbados Landship Association and 40 involved in the movement. However, Prime Minister Frendel Stewart notes that despite the small numbers, no national or international event is complete without a performance by the group.
I would therefore like to make an appeal to all the relevant stakeholders to give full support to the Barbados Landship Association, to allow it to seize this opportunity to restructure itself and increase its services in order to capitalize on the economic bonanza that we expect from the growth and development of heritage tourism. Lord High Admiral Watson, patrons and the crew of this ship, I thank you for your dedication to the cause of asserting our humanity and the rich and multifaceted Barbadian identity. It therefore gives me tremendous pleasure not only to have unveiled the plaque as a public recognition of the role of the landship and the role it displayed in our history.
Other uniformed groups present at the unveiling ceremony included the Girl Guides Association and the Barbados Cadet Corps. Captain of the landship, Lord High Admiral Vernon Watson, says the commemorative plaque represents the movement's survival into the future. He says the association has participated in several events, including Marcus Garvey's visit to the country some 60 years ago.
This gesture also means that the Barbados Landship will live even longer in the annals of Barbadian history. Quite apart from this, it should never be underestimated, how important a monument can be to a nation whose people hold themselves aloft to the world as a proud people.
The Barbados Landship is one of 3 local associations that has celebrated anniversaries of 100 years or more within the past 2 years. Sean Farrell, CBC News.
The outgoing chairman of the Barbados Labour Party is appealing to senior BLP officials and all members to throw their support behind leader Mia Mottley. Senator Jerome Walcott told supporters at the BLP annual conference that it's time they show Barbadians the party is ready to govern. Shane Seeley has the story.
The St. George Secondary School, outgoing BLP chairman Dr. Jerome Walcott gave his full support to the opposition leader, so much so that he declined renomination for the post in response to a request from Ms. Mottley.
I also want to thank the 3 branches which nominated me for chairman this year. I sincerely appreciate your vote of confidence in me. However, these are difficult times for our country, and our political leader has expressed a desire to be party chairman. In these circumstances, and recognizing the importance for us to face our common foe as a strong and united party, I've declined the nomination for chairman.
Dr. Walcott is now calling on other senior party members to do the same and get behind Ms. Mottley. He says the BLP needs to show Barbadians the party is ready to govern.
She, as you all know, is a proven leader and an exceptional political asset. Our great party in all its arms and representation will only continue to be at the service of Barbadians if we move forward together as one, with one leader, and with all members respecting and honoring the laws and operating practices of the party.
The BLP annual conference continues tomorrow, with leader Mia Mottley expected to deliver her address to party supporters. Shane Seeley, CBC News.
A lawman faces the court next week on money laundering charges. Members of the Financial Crimes Investigation Unit have arrested and charged Police Constable Ndiwe Jean-Baptiste, 28 years, of Bridge Road, St. Michael. He was charged with 4 counts of money laundering. The matter is related to another investigation where Hassan Catlin was charged with 3 counts of money laundering involving large sums of money, which were proceeds of crime. Both men are expected to appear in the District A Magistrates Court on Monday. Attorney at law and legal consultant Faith Marshall Harris is concerned about a newspaper article accompanied by a still image of 2 students allegedly engaged in a sexual act. Ms. Marshall Harris says the story is an example of the early sexualization of children. She suggested while the story may draw needed attention to this issue, she's concerned about the use of the image, which she says is equally worrying.
It's going to encourage more licentious inquiry. There are people who are going to visit it not because they're concerned about children or what we can do and so on, but there will be people who would be titillated enough to want to sort of see the rest of it. And in fact, it would not have accomplished what one would want to see.
Meanwhile, President of the Barbados National Council for Parent-Teacher Associations, Rhonda Blackman, has expressed outrage at the photo, which is reportedly a still from a video clip making rounds on the internet.
It doesn't make it right to highlight the students, or rather highlight the children. Such an article is fine as it relates to information, but we also must be mindful and be responsible for what we do as a people.
The National HIV/AIDS Commission is preparing a new campaign targeting what it calls the underreached population. Word of this has come from the director, Jacqueline Wilcher-Gay. Her comments came during a recent multimedia showcase entitled The Images of Hope. She revealed that the Commission's campaign is part of a new 4-year strategic plan which starts next year.
We intend to refocus our prevention strategies and concentrate more strongly on expanding the reach of the National AIDS Program into previously unengaged and underengaged segments of the populations and communities. The Commission will be primarily focusing on behavior change, social justice, and monitoring and evaluation.
Minister of Tourism Richard Seeley says his ministry has been actively involved in the fight against HIV/AIDS through its video productions.
The Ministry of Tourism had a vision to use the arts to promote public education on HIV/AIDS, particularly with respect to the tourism industry. This is a vote of confidence in the arts, and the efforts, in my view, have reaped great rewards. And let me say a big thank you for that confidence and the support in making all of these productions over the years possible.
Culture Minister Stephen Lashley believes special needs children should not be at home, but should be engaged in various activities to help nurture their talents. His comments came as he spoke to the media on the sidelines of the School for Special Needs Arts exhibition, which was held at the Arts Splash yesterday. Mr. Lashley is pleased with the quality of the work produced by the children.
These youngsters would have worked extremely hard, and of course, because of the special attention that they require, I think it is very important that they get an opportunity where others can actually come and see what their final work has been. And in interacting with them, I actually sense that they certainly appreciate the attention, they appreciate the fact that they're being complimented, and I think that is particularly important.
He also believes special needs children should consider selling some of their work.
And I believe that the kids need that exposure. They don't need to be shut away. They need to be celebrated, and their skills are often hidden. And there's so much potential. I've seen special children and persons who have disabilities do some fantastic work. And that work is good enough not only to be exhibited, but to be exchanged for some good, resources, some good money.